Hey, everybody. Earlier in the week, prior to the holiday, I was talking about the new Cycle Finder Plus indicator that New Cycle Trading has come out with and how we're going to be focused on that in the masterclass coming up the middle of January. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. In fact, we're actually on the Q&A, the first Q&A for Options Moneymaker for 2020, which is next Wednesday, the 8th. I'm going to be interviewing and talking with Craig, who is the head of development for New Cycle Trading. And it's kind of exciting because we get to talk a little bit more about how the indicators were developed, and particularly the Cycle Finder Plus indicator, which is going to be a core part of the masterclass curriculum coming up. But I just wanted to share something with you here. We talked a little bit about the daily crosses on the Cycle Finder Plus indicator. Now, this is in no way intended to take away from the other indicators at all, but the Cycle Finder Plus indicator was designed specifically to try to capture as close to the top and bottom of a new cycle as possible. And so today we had a daily cross. At market open, despite the fact that the market opened lower in a gap down, a stock like Amazon, we can see that our trending indicator, a blue trending indicator, crossed above the red trending indicator and offered an opportunity to buy a call. So I'm not talking about futures trading here. I'm talking about a stock, talking about Amazon for stock investors or options traders, but we could buy a call based on that daily cross. And so the open of Amazon was 1864 and a half. We traded up to a high of 1886 and a half. So it's a 20 point move, 22 point move higher. So if you're trading a 50 delta, you're talking about somewhere around a $10 to $11 profit simply by opening a call based on that daily cross. So I'm going to back into a different chart here. I want to show you a combination of factors. We're going to be talking about this approach in the master class. This is a 10-minute, a 30-minute, and a daily chart. And yesterday, Amazon was still in a declining pattern on the daily. Today it crossed above, and so you'd be buying a call. But a few days ago, it actually crossed down, so you'd be buying a put. That ended up being a profitable trade. But yesterday, there was no cross. It was just continuing to remain in a declining pattern. And so what I did yesterday was I backed into the 10 and 30-minute charts. Towards the end of the day yesterday, it was around 2 o'clock-ish, between 2:30 and 3, we could see that the 10-minute was crossed down. We could see that the 30-minute was crossed down, which meant that both of those time periods were then completely aligned with the daily. So I went ahead and I bought a put on Amazon towards the end of the day yesterday, held it overnight. There was a 31-point gap down, 30-ish point gap down at the open of Amazon, which allowed me to take a very, very nice profit overnight on my Amazon puts, and then jump right back in to the call based on the cross of the daily. So I just wanted to share that with you because it shows very clearly on Amazon, and I'm going to share one other stock with you here in just a minute, but it shows very clearly on Amazon how you can use a daily chart using the Cycle Finder Plus. That's the new indicator that's going to be taught in the master class coming up the middle of January. How you use a daily cross to take advantage of the movement by buying a call or buying a put, and how you can then align yourself with the directional bias of the daily Cycle Finder Plus by using a 10-minute and a 30-minute chart to continue to take advantage of whatever directional bias that daily indicator is sharing with you. Now, what I'm talking about here, folks, is options trading. Options trading. Futures trading, we use a shorter time period, and I think Michael had a trade earlier we might just chat about here for just a moment. But futures trading, you're going to use a shorter time period. Again, we're going to be teaching the time periods in the master class, but how to take the greatest advantage and opportunity out of this new Cycle Finder Plus, and also how the Cycle Finder Plus is blending and harmonizing with the other indicators that you already have in your signal set through the profit flow analytics charts. One other stock I want to just share here with you real quick. I'm going to go to a full on here daily chart. Tesla. Tesla had a daily cross right at the open today. So the stock opened at 440 and a half, traded up to a high of 454 and a half, or sorry, 454. So you've got a 13.5 point move. If you're trading a 50 delta, you've got a 6, maybe 7.6-ish point profit on that. One contract, $600. That's a really simple trade right there. Now, one of the things I'm just going to kind of tease you with here about the masterclass is that one of the biggest challenges we have as futures traders, one of the biggest challenges we have as options traders is, when is enough enough? When do I take my trade off without leaving too much on the table? How do I know how much this stock could potentially move? The bottom line is, in the masterclass, we're going to be presenting data that we have researched. We've back tested the signals on a few stocks, and we're going to be sharing with you exactly what we refer to as the profit sweet spot. We know that historically the price of the stocks that we've researched moves in this range on all the daily signals, and if you use a particular number, a particular sweet spot, and I'll just tell you what it is on Amazon, it's 32 points. If you use a 32-point sweet spot, typically 70% of your trades are going to hit that 32-point sweet spot. That's the level of data that we've researched. We're going to do that on half a dozen stocks, and we're going to also share with you how you can do your own research on stocks that you might want to understand more about. Bottom line on that is, we have data that says on any particular stock, based on historical patterns, if you set your good till canceled order based on your 50, 40, or 30 delta, whatever your delta rate is, this is the sweet spot. This particular number we're going to share with you is a sweet spot. You're able to generally hit that number somewhere around a 70% success rate over the course of the year, and that helps you determine when is enough enough. Some trades are going to go beyond that, and you're going to feel like you left some money on the table. We're going to teach you how to use the 10 and the 30-minute charts to help with that. Some trades are going to fall short of that number, and what you're going to do is you're going to have the reversal of the signal to take you out of the trade. So just wanted to share that with you, Michael and Aaron, and see if you had any questions about that. Michael, I think you had a trade here just a little while ago on RTY, right?
Yeah, I opened the trade up around 12:24 Eastern, and basically I used the Cycle Finder Plus to actually help me stay in the trade. Bottom line, you can pull it up. I don't know if you see that or not. So we held it in there, and what we do is we use a trigger with a trigger of the trading stop trigger. Let me start over. And so I actually stepped away for lunch and come back, and it had triggered and made 5.40 points, which is about 200 and, I don't know, give or take a few pennies there, about
that's fantastic.
250, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I can see you got a little choppy in there.
Absolutely,
right here,
it did.
Right?
Yep.
But one of the reinforcing parts is your other time frame, our reinforcing time frame, is right where we want it to be to reinforce continuing to hold for that short. And then I see you got the sell-off right there. That's fantastic, Michael.
Yes.
All right, so folks, I'm going to just conclude with this and just say we're really super excited about the Q&A coming up on Wednesday, January 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be talking with Craig, the head of development for New Cycle Trading. We've worked with New Cycle Trading for the last year or so in developing these signals, and the new Cycle Finder Plus is an exciting addition to the signal set. We've got a masterclass coming up that I'm going to be teaching on behalf of New Cycle Trading coming up starting the 14th of January. We've got an opportunity to show you how to take advantage of these signals, whether you're a short-term active trader trading futures or maybe day trading options, or whether you're a long-term trader and you want to look at a daily chart once a day, once in the morning in the first 5 minutes of the market, put your trade on and set a good till canceled order to close. The key is understanding where that good till canceled order should be placed. We're going to help you with that. It's all part of the masterclass. We've got a great price offering right now for the masterclass. It's discounted right now, so take a look at your emails. I think the discount expires at the open of the market on Monday. So take a look at your emails, and I suggest strongly that you get signed up. It's going to be, I think, well worth your time. I'll just give you one other number, and we'll dig a little bit more into this in the Q&A on Wednesday. In doing the research on Amazon, which I think is an awesome stock to trade off the daily signal, if you had taken one contract trades, calls and puts, on every signal that presented itself during 2019, there were 57 trades over the course of 12 months. It's a 75% win rate using our sweet spot, and it's a $48,000 profit trading one contract. Now, there's going to be some slippage in there, so maybe it's not exactly that. Maybe you miss some of the trades. Bottom line is, this course is going to cost you a fraction of what it sets you up for opportunity to earn in 2020. So I appreciate you listening. Michael and Aaron, always appreciate you guys. Hope everybody has a great rest of your trading day.